Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. I've already shuffled and washed the cards, just giving them another quick shuffle and a cut or two. And we will begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is one of the four kings in the minor arcana of the tarot. And he's sitting on his throne. He's looking into the future because he's a visionary. And he is considered like the most charismatic and sexy of all the kings. He has, his element is the wand. This is representing the energy of fire. On the back of his throne, he has the yellow back of there is with the lion, and the salamanders with circular tails represents protection from fire. And then there's a little salamander here also, which is about protection from fire. And he is sitting in a position, you can see he's ready to get up and take action at a moment's notice. He is generally someone who is really gifted and like an innovative and able to, he's looked up to as being like an entrepreneurial figure many times. Someone who is kind of outside the box energy, someone who's uses their visionary capabilities to be able to bring shift down to earth, basically. And so that's this is good energy to be in for this reading. We're going to put that down here, and that's the underlying energy for the, and now we have, this card is the Five of Swords. I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, I just want to make sure that when I'm done the reading, you will be able to see the cards at the bottom as well as the top. So this is someone who's been battling. The Five of Swords represents some conflict. And this can be conflict from within, or it can be conflict from without, or both. He has 5 swords here. There's clearly been 2 people here that he's fought, and they've laid down he's won. They've laid down their swords. He's ready for a third one if need be, and then he's got 2 in his hand. But this energy is saying, for some, it could be, if it's an inner battle, this is like 3 versions of yourself. And the energy of having gone through a battle, then another one and another one. This also can represent the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. So the subconscious mind would be the energy of the time that when you were born from till about 6-7 years of age. And that is your subconscious mind is formed by then, and it's heavily imprinted on you. The thing is, most of us don't remember that time in our lives, and we have to rely on the impressions of the people that were in charge of our care to tell us who we were and how we were. And then we also have the unconscious mind, which is our spiritual energy, our intuitive ability, and the conscious mind bringing all of that together so that we have, we have control of our mind. And that's another thing that this card is representing. So there is conflict, whether the conflict could be have begun within self, and it could be from childhood or from what's happening now. The oracle readings are past, present, future. For where it depends on where you're at in this energy. So we'll just look into some more. What is this about? This card has been coming up a fair amount in my readings, and I feel that's because we're moving from the energy of like the end of the year into a new year. And maybe some feel like it brings up, when we change years like that, it brings up the energy of, oh, what did we think we were going to have accomplished by then? And what did we really accomplish? And where we're at compared to last year, and where are we going to be? And that kind of energy. And I feel like that's like the inner conflict. So we'll look into it a little bit more here. We have the star. So the star energy is talking about, you're a star. So you were born to shine. Quit worrying so much with all this conflict within you. This is talking about a lot of overthinking possibly. And the energy here is saying, you're a child of God. You are from the heavens. and bring that energy down to earth and let yourself shine. This is, she's dipping into the universal pool. And you notice she has two vessels. So those two vessels represent the inner and the outer, the spiritual, the mental, like that kind of energy. And so what she's doing is she's taking the water from the universe and she's adding it into these vessels, and then she's pouring it onto the earth to bring her special quality down to the earth. And that's and there's five streams running from that. And I'm just noticing, because there's 5 swords here, that it might be that this person's in conflict between 5 choices, and or 5 thoughts, like, because the swords do represent thoughts, and they're double-edged swords. So there's always 2 sides to everything kind of energy. Oh, and there we have it. Someone who is not sure which of the choices to choose now that this has happened. That's the energy that I'm feeling. This or that. Should I do it this way or should I do it that way? That represents the 2 here. And this third one I feel is just representing, if he has to battle again, he will. He'll protect himself and protect whatever it is he's working towards. We don't really know what that is yet. We don't even know if he's, the King of Wands energy yet. So this energy is talking about this or that, and not kind of confused about which way to go. And then the feet being pointed out at the bottom here is showing that there's some leaking of energy, like the worry or concern or the conflict is really tiring him out, her out. And so this energy is saying, like, this card says, because you have eyes you cannot see. And what that means is use your intuition. Because when we think that we are actually seeing the full spectrum of light, we actually are not. And we only see a very small portion of, the energy in the universe. There's a lot of dark energy or black energy out there, and that is full of energy, but we can't see it. We don't know what it is. And then we have like this distant shore. So it's saying there isn't just this or that. There's, all these other options on the other side too. And so it's saying sometimes this represents a closed mind. It's also saying use your intuition. We have the new moon in the background there. And we're actually, I'm reading it right now on the 12th. I will load it first thing in the morning on the 13th. So that's tomorrow. And I will, I think the moon is in universal time. It's the 20th of December. So we're getting ready soon to have a new moon. That new moon is in Sagittarius. So it's more about adventure, kind of expansion, wanting to move forward in a more expanded way, rather than contracting like this. So it's, this energy might, it's saying, like, go inward, figure out what it is you want out of this energy, and then you should be ready. When you're ready, then take action. Because he's waiting to take action, but you notice he's not up, but his body position is, I'm ready to go. Just don't know what to do yet. Exactly. Then we have a soulmate card coming in. So the 2 of Cups is representing the energy of a soulmate. So this quite often can be about romance, meeting someone that is like, that you are destined kind of to meet and be with. And this person, like, it can also represent masculine and feminine energy that is totally balanced. And that might be the balance that this person is striving for. We have a male and a female figure here. And so if it's this could be this could be the king, and this is all the qualities that he's showing right now. Or this individual could be going out and meeting someone and bumping into someone or whatever, and it's their soulmate. And so they would maybe be able to empower him. And what's interesting is we have 2 here and we have 2 swords here. So two different thought streams coming together as one is kind of the energy. So, 2 minds are better than one if they are both really in a state of strength. And it's also talking about needing to have that balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. The feminine energy is magnetic, so it attracts the energy, and the masculine energy is electric, so it actually is the part of the energy that takes action, like the King of Wands. And then we have the Page of Swords, and now he's not even looking at the sword now. He's not looking at it here, but he's blindfolded. Here the blindfold is off. He's looking into the distance in the same direction that the King of Wands is looking, and that this card is looking. So it feels like some sort of thought process has happened, and this King of Wands energy is ready to take action. And this is talking again about someone who is an innovative thinker. So there could have been a situation where his mental intelligence, like he needed to get it together, like figure something out so that he would be able to take action, and maybe someone else was able to empower him to do so. This can be an inventor, someone who's, someone that is doing something that's a little different from everybody else, like a real forward thinker. And that's what this is also. This energy also speaks of someone who's well educated. The Page of Swords, that all the pages worked for the king, and they would start working when between the age of 7 and 14. And they would come from really like high-standing society families, and they would work for the king and the queen, delivering messages in the palace and just doing small tasks. And then when they become 21, if they have done a good job and they are and they can afford a horse, then they would be allowed to be maybe put up for knighthood, and then work in a bigger capacity for the court. But right, with this energy, I always, when I see this, it reminds me of someone who's golfing, and golf is a game of, it's a mind game, and that's kind of what this is saying. I feel like this energy is perhaps someone was wrestling with a problem and found some energy with either through the balance of their masculine and feminine energy, or to change the thought process. That could be like applying their intuition as well as their logic to whatever the problem was. And then moving forward, it looks like he's just about to swing. So that's why it reminds me of golfing. But the good thing is he's not even looking at this sword anymore, because he's looking into the future. So he already has, he's come to some sort of resolution here with whatever it is he was wrestling with. And then we have the Five of Wands. So there's a lot of 5 energy here in this reading already. And so 5 is sort of being in between energies. And this perhaps, this card represents competition. And I feel like the competition for whatever he's doing is quite fierce. So maybe it's, the wands quite often represent like an entrepreneur and a business. So perhaps he wants his idea to be, he wants to be the first to implement it. And that's why he's kind of like gone inward, and I've got to get this done. I'm ready to take action. But maybe there was a glitch in the system, or there was something like in the factory that wasn't working. If they're building something, some sort of energy like that. If he's working on a calculation, can't quite figure it out to be able to do the final, put it on paper and have it actually like put the experiment into being. And then, this is someone who's been hard at work. And this, the pentacles represent health, wealth, happiness, abundance of all, and especially of the material, on the material level on the planet. And this card is the only one out of all of the pentacle cards where the person is actually working on the coin. So this one, the abundance isn't just money, but this one is about making money, because he's actually working on the coin. And either he has come up with an idea that is, that he has been working on for quite some time, and he already has these pentacles complete, and he's working on this. You know, this one will be the 7th, and then this one will be the 8th, and the project would be done. And this is the one problem that he can't overcome, or that he had to go inward to be able to figure out, to be able to beat the competition. Or it could be like he figured it out now, and he started, and now he's already on the 2nd coin, and he's got these to go. So in any case, I feel like now the action has started, and he's very focused on the work. So this is someone that is very focused on their work. And what I'm building here is a pyramid, and this pyramid, this is the bottom step. So this speaks about what you have already to work with, like the energy that you're working with right now. And this next level is the energy that you're about, like the obstacles that you're going to encounter as you do your best to manifest whatever this is. And so this energy, it looks like heartbreak. I'm just getting, in this case, I don't see a lot of love cards here. He's passionate, but I don't see any cups here. Well, these two, and if it is, I mean, this could be a romance, but it feels like, it could be, but it feels like it has a lot to do with work also, and sort of like what the energy of what you came on to the planet to do. Having said that, there you could be wanting to be with someone that is there's a lot of competition for, and that you feel is your soulmate, and wondering, how am I going to capture this star, basically. So there could be some heartache here if it's if that's resonates more with you regarding your love life, or like trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to win this person over? That kind of energy. And then but when you look at this, the heart is very large compared to the swords. So this, sometimes people read this card as like Eros, you know, and the Cupid that with the arrow, and hits the heart, and you know, and it's because you fall and you instantly fall in love. This card could also represent the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind coming together with the desires of your heart, because you've done you know, you're using your intuition and your logic at the same time to come to to find solutions. So it could be both. Either way. Oh, there's a Tower. So the Tower is a reality check. And so this energy is one of the obstacles coming up here that you're going to have to overcome. So the energy, if it's like of a love situation, something has happened, like in any case, whatever it is, something has happened, it's happened like suddenly. It's quite often unexpected, although like there's two people falling out here, and one is looking really like shocked, and the other one is like, you know, glory, hallelujah, let me out of here kind of energy. So there could be some sort of energy here about making a choice, and then it doesn't work out, and now it's like, oh, it was the wrong choice, and I have to, like, to move forward, I have to overcome that now. If it's about your love life, perhaps the person turned you down. This card can quite often mean that a heartbreaking decision has already been made. So perhaps the king asked someone out or proposed marriage or something, and whoever they asked said no. Or perhaps you're already in a relationship and you found out that there is someone's been cheating, and there is a third person involved here. The energy, I was picking up something else, but now it's escaped me, so we'll just keep going here. We have the Four of Coins. And so the Four of Coins is talking about having a strong foundation for money, but like there's 3 levels of making money, and that's talking about this. There's playing it safe, there's going after your heart's desires, and there's your crowning glory. And it looks like the crown blew off here. So that energy can be talking about if you had the crown glory, something, the lightning hit, boom, right there. So this could be, actually, this tower could be a really positive or a strong tower, because if it hit the crown from your meditating and going inward to find the answer, and boom, like a lightning bolt hit, and you have, you have discovered the answer or whatever. And perhaps this is talking about having to make a bunch of money now to be able to make it happen, but having the answer, but now you don't have enough money to make it happen. Sometimes this also can say that someone is playing it small because they want to stay safe, and just not wanting to invest all your money in it when it's kind of an explosive situation kind of energy. In a love relationship, it could talk about, is this person, because it's sitting right on this card, is this person really is it someone that I would want to marry and spend the rest of my days with? Will this person be like a strong foundation? Do we have the same things as our heart's desire? And how, will we rise to the top together? And that's the energy. We both like wanting to be like at the top of the game. And then the Emperor comes out. So the Emperor is saying that this is either someone that the king has maybe conferred with, because the Emperor is all four kings rolled into one. The Emperor is very wise. He has the visionary aspect. He's of the King of Wands. He's passionate about what he does, but he has a lot of experience. He's known to be someone that's steady, that can give good financial advice, and also he's got his armor on under his cloak here, because he's always ready for action. If he has to fight for something, he will, and he's all about performance. He's the most likely to win. He's a real alpha male energy. And so when he loves fiercely and passionately. So this King of Wands could have now gone to the Hierophant or to the Emperor and for advice, like, should I marry this person? Should I take this business proposal? Should I move forward with this thought? He might have gone and found consultants to test his idea. If it's something he wants to sell on the market, will this sell? Like, how will we market it? That kind of energy. Or the King of Wands could have become the Emperor by all this process, and he now has all these skills within himself and is able, he's learned from the past and learned what he needs to know to be, to have the performance, the ability to get his crowning glory. And it could also be that if it's a soulmate that has come into their life, soulmates don't have to be about a romance, but they generally are, because it's the cup energy. Having said that, this could be about something you love to do or be. So just take it in context with how it works for you. But now we have the Ace of Cups. That's like funny. So it's the Ace of Cups is a divine gift. It's from God, from the universe. It's a special reward for you, having stayed on your path, really done your due diligence, put the work into it, that you are going to be sent a divine partner to benefit you. So this energy, as soon as I asked, well, it could be one or the other, boom, there comes the Ace of Cups. So that's saying this is potential for having a divine partner in your life. And remember, the King of Wands can be a female in their masculine energy, as well as a male in their masculine energy. And the Emperor could be a woman in her masculine energy, or a man in his masculine energy. And then we have strength. So strength is having that courage to dig deep. And I'm getting this is about some subconscious mind energy, because with this energy, she's reaching into the lion, into his mouth, and he's a full-grown lion. But she's doing this, and she does it a lot because she's facing her fears. And because of that, this infinite potential, her infinite potential symbol is above her head, her crowning glory, you see? So because she's faced her childhood fears and other fears, she now is I feel that's what raised this energy to the Emperor status. And this is like what you have to work with. This is the obstacles and how you're going to overcome them. And then this is the courage. Now we're moving into the courage to be able to do so. So everything you need is here, is what it's saying. You already have what you need. And this energy is on the star. So you were destined to do this. This is like you've done the work, you've faced your fears, you've done your shadow work, you've looked inward, you've worked hard at it. You've handled the sudden surprises, the disappointments, and now you are ready to move forward. And now it's about having the courage to keep going and make whatever this vision is happen. And we have the Hangman on this energy. So this is talking about hanging from the tree of knowledge and looking at things from different perspectives until you have the light. You know, the light, this aura represents him having the information that he needs now to be able to bring this in and having the courage to do it. So this could be a very revolutionary product that nobody else has ever done. And it's, everything's hanging on it is the energy that I'm getting. But this represents his left leg is behind him and the right leg is hanging forward. He's ready to come down from this tree of knowledge. He feels like, okay, I have the knowledge I need. Now I need to my thoughts are together now. I need to take action now so that I beat the competition. And then not so much beat the competition, but I get this product or whatever this is out before the competition does, or, to be revolutionary. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, this energy could be, like she's sitting right on the Emperor and the Cup of Love here. So she could represent the energy, the star energy that's coming into the Emperor's life. So the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on her throne and she's totally focused on that pentacle, on like the project at hand. And perhaps they have met and they're working on it together. And she also loves this project. And she, like this could be representing this pentacle here, that this is the heart's desires going to the crown and glory. And she understands the value of it. The Queen of Pentacles is known for her ability to, she likes quality over quantity. So she doesn't just throw money away. She understands the value of the coin, and she understands the value of projects, like how the benefits and assets, etc. She is someone that is known to be able to take small amounts of resources, like just one pentacle, and really build something out of it. She understands how to do that. And so she'd be a really good match for this energy. And that could be like the soulmate that he met. And this is like, she is a star. I feel like what this is saying too, this is someone that's on the same level because she's a star in her own right. And it may not be in the same field, but she understands the energy. She understands what it's like to be in this position. And now we have two wands taking action, I feel, together. And this is standing on the castle and looking out over the world with the world in the hands. So it's kind of, this energy is saying like that now they feel as partners that, they can really move forward with this project, whatever this is. And, if it's a divine partner, then, there's not all the drama in the relationship. So it's kind of like they're both focused on the same goal is what that's saying. And this energy can be like a big fish in a little pond. So they both have been successful but they both want more. And that's important if you're inclined that way and you're an entrepreneur, to be, if you're going to marry someone that can handle the pressure of being in a position of putting money into something that could, it's experimental or whatever, and it might not work, but they would enjoy the journey of, implementing it and making it work. And then we have, so it's like, okay, now they've crossed through. It's like he's decided, the choice has been made. The two of them, it feels like, are moving forward together. And if this is not, like, if you haven't met this person, you might, it doesn't mean you won't, but it can also mean that you've brought all this energy into yourself and you're ready, you've walked through this portal and you're ready to go forward. But here, you notice here, his hand is on, his left hand is on the wand, and that shows, like, the side of you that is going off your intuition and dreaming and dreaming big. And this one, it's on the right hand, so it's like action, the electric, the feminine energy and the masculine energy coming together on this crowning glory. And it's also here, really strong energy. And all the opportunities. So it's almost like a black hole of opportunities. Like there's this empty vessel being waited to fill with all the opportunities that can come from this kind of energy. When two soulmates work together, it's not 1 + 1, it's 1 + 1 equals, it's not 1 + 1 equals 2, it's not two minds together, it's infinite mind together. 1 + 1 equals infinity, because they're on the same page. They both have an understanding, and perhaps her understanding is opposite to his understanding. And that brings in, I feel like the two of them together make the Emperor energy. And so the 7 of Cups, these are all gifts that are in these cups now, and they can represent, this is like your lifestyle, your desires, everything that you've ever wanted. Having said that, quite often there's a snake in one, there's challenges, and you have to decide, okay, which of these cups am I going to choose to work on? And it's not, it may be I'm going to choose all of them, but which order am I going to do it in? Are you going to work on this one and I'll work on that one? And in what order are we going to do it? That it's talking about order. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles energy is very, like, this robe is very similar to the robe that the Empress wears. So this energy, I feel like it is elevating them to Empress and Emperor energy. And I had a reading like this just, I think, yesterday. So this could be, like, it's not the same, but it's another variation, I feel. So this energy is talking about what Nikola Tesla talks about, the 369 energy. And the 9, there's 6 pentacles here and there's 3 here. So these 6 pentacles she's got her hand on. And so this is the energy of, this is what she knows she needs to be able to make this happen. And these 3 could be like money that can be used in other ways to play with. And so when I say play with, it might be to benefit her family, that kind of energy of giving some to charity or whatever, or investing it in other things than this project. And so it's kind of like, because here it's like, it looks like this project takes 8 pentacles. So, it's kind of talking about being in an energy of having enough to give away, but being careful with that. And Nikola Tesla talks about the energy of the 369 and how if you understood that beautiful power of the 369, that you would have the key to the universe. So it's that kind of energy of having all these choices and knowing what order to do things in. And, maybe some of those you don't even want to choose. It's a good problem to have, having too many choices. It's one of the better problems you could have in life. Although then it causes like all this thing, oh, you know, which one should I do? But this energy is saying you can choose them all, but you have to have the time and the energy to put into them at the time, or else they're not going to amount to anything. Then we have the High Priestess. So this energy is talking about, this is about joy for life. This is the extremes, getting neutral to the extreme of total success and total failure I'm getting. But the energy is like being able to sit in the middle of that energy in between when a project isn't quite finished, whether you know, like you don't know if you just poured a lot of money into something that could or could not be a success. And so that's the energy of being able to handle that stress. And you do that by going inward. And the High Priestess is very close to God. She sits next to God in the throne, and she is follows the cycles of the moon. So she understands the ups and downs of business, the ups and downs of life in general, you know. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is coming in with a message. So perhaps this is about, you know, this is way back here when we had the message come in. And now, after some thought or whatever, they're moving forward. This project is moving forward, or they're moving forward, and they could actually be moving. The Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor that you read about in the romance novels. Very charming, well-dressed. He's bringing in this cup of love. He's bringing good news. So the good news might be whatever they started collaborating on is now really whatever they love is going to be very successful. Or it could be information coming in about what step next to take, and that will empower them to choose which cup, you know, to work on first. And look at that. Then we have the Page of Cups here. So this is interesting because the Page of Cups is a younger version of the Knight of Cups. So this is like someone who knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but they've chosen this cup with this fish in it. So I feel like this might be a marriage proposal or something like that. That's the kind of the energy. This feels like this is about romance. And it can be also saying that both of these people are going after the same, they love each other. There's two cups here. And they also, it's kind of like, you know, when you dream of, when you're younger, when I grow up and I get married, it's going to be, this is the energy that you dream about. Like everything's, you know, it's going smoothly. This is who I've been looking towards. And the Knight of Cups is looking in this direction. And this is like the High Priestess and this energy. I feel this is very close to Empress energy for the Emperor. And so he's studied the situation, and yeah, this is like someone that he always sort of dreamt of, how it's coming up like a dream come true. And perhaps that was the energy why there was this like, should I do this or not? It's too good to be true. But it's actually a dream come true because it's sitting on this gift from the Most High. And then we have the Hierophant, and this is a blessing. The Hierophant comes in with a blessing. His hand is in the sign of a blessing. And it's like the energy is bringing whatever energy down from heaven down to earth. And it's kind of like this energy of using your intuition and then that being brought down to earth. And this is justice. This is talking about traditional structure. So this could be a proposal of marriage. I feel this has to do with the romance. And what started off as the Queen of Pentacles has kind of escalated into like the Emperor. Like he started off here as the King of Wands, and all of a sudden he's the Emperor. And I feel like he's recognizing this is his Empress. That's the energy. And like this could be someone that is, is legally able to marry people because it's a contract. And then the Ace of Swords comes in, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. So we have two, rewards coming in from the universe, handing this truth for you. And whatever this energy was thinking about, and should I move forward in whatever, it's saying you're making a really good choice here. This is a good choice. It's not a dream that is too good to be true. It's actually true, is what it's saying. And then we have the Page of Wands. That's so interesting, isn't it? Because now we have the Page of Wands. How, again, this is saying this is the King of Wands. Like that, it's holding that energy of, like the Page of Wands works for the King of Wands, but it's that energy of that youthful exuberance, that passionate energy, like going with your passion, making the choices in that. And he has this little feather in his cap, and now, like the page works for the king. So I don't feel that this is necessarily the same person, but it's the same energy, like of that youthful passion for life, wanting to explore the mysteries of life, and now finding a partner to be able to do that with. And then we have, this is kind of representing how he behaved when he was young. And then this energy is, okay, the wands have been launched. This is like Sagittarius energy. And the new moon coming up on the 20th here is in Sagittarius. So I feel like that energy is coming in pretty quickly here. And so this has been launched. So this could be conception, actual pregnancy is what it can represent. But it also is like, okay, the project is launched and it's about to land, or the project is launched and it will land when it lands. And we're going this way. So I feel like this project might not be this project, because I feel like this project already has been launched. This could be like the marriage being launched, or that energy. Okay, let's have a family. Let's settle down. Let's move somewhere together. Let's move in together kind of energy. And then look at that. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming in. So that's 3 aces, 3 gifts from the universe. So this is combining all of their resources: health, wealth, happiness, love. We've got, it's going to, like this is really going to be beneficial for them. We've got the romantic love. We've got the truth. They're true with each other, that they belong together. They're good for each other. And then also, and they're able to communicate with each other because they think the same. Like they're not necessarily the same, but they have respect for each other's thoughts. And then this is the Ace of Pentacles. They'll do very well, both on the material realm and in the spiritual. This is really awesome energy. And look at the sun's at the top. So this is something that the King of Wands has always wanted, dreamt about. Like, is this possible? And here the sun, this is God saying, yes, it is. I'm handing this to you. You deserve it. You've been working hard. Whatever this energy is, it's like really powerful energy. You've stayed on the path. You've really put your energy in. You've been working to better the planet with whatever this innovative gift is, and you deserve this. So from the bottom, going to the top and coming back down the pyramid, we have, this energy of conflict and thinking, conflict within, conflict without, a lot of competition to deal with. We have this strength energy, having the courage to keep going, having to stop and really look at things from a lot of different perspectives, because this is an innovative project. We have the youthfulness, having met the soulmate and working with them, recognizing, hey, I'm making a decision here. This is the fish that I want. This is but there's plenty of fish in the sea, and this is the one I want. The Hierophant maybe deciding to do a traditional structure around it, which includes moving into the same environment together. You could have been in different cities, different locations. It could have been a long distance relationship and deciding to be together and physically. And then this energy is talking about the gift of health, wealth, happiness, money, everything. A really happy life. This is shining. The sun shines abundance and happiness on all the other cards, and it's sitting right at the top. This saying, this is, you deserve this. This is your divine path. You stayed on it. This is not a dream too good to be true. This is actually your soulmate. And then we have the like all the projects being launched and ting, 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 like what I talked about here, things being done in the right order. And then having the passion that you did when you were younger, because you're not having to just think alone. This is a double-edged sword, and there's, you know, two minds that are in sync with each other, and they might be totally opposite in energy, like they could be like really seem like an opposite couple, but that's the beauty of it, because even though they're opposite, they think alike. They have the same values or the same aspirations. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So like this energy, they're willing to gamble, you know, a certain amount and you hang on to a certain amount. And there's not like a bunch of friction about money. They're not doing it for the money. The money is great. They want the money. Don't get me wrong. But they aren't doing it for the money. They're doing it for the passion of doing it. And then this is talking about all the choices that come in from them combining their energy. And I feel like this is just meaning like both minds are together and there's love here. And so they love each other, not just on a physical level, but also on like a spiritual level. And they can get along. That's the other thing. You can love someone and not be able to get along with them. And like there's no drama here. It's a calm relationship, which some people might say, oh, well, that's kind of boring, because some people really like drama. But a lot of people like drama when they're younger, and because they confuse drama with excitement. But there's nothing wrong with having someone in your life that you can count on and let the drama come out from outside of the relationship instead of inside of it. There's something to be said for that. And then, so this is also talking about, they're both willing to work hard. And I feel like they might even be like both very independent. So it's kind of an energy, like they don't have to babysit each other and they can come together, and, you know, it's a really good equal energy. And that's what soulmates are. So yeah, this is a really good reading. Let's all be blessed with this energy for the upcoming year. I'm going to, if you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment, and let's clarify a little bit here. So we hope, there we have, my cards are jumping. So the energy is coming in here from my oracle, Tales from the Vector, Tails. So at talesfromthevector.com, you can see the paintings that I did. I started this oracle in the 2007, and I completed it in 2020, the paintings. So right now I am working on bringing out the information, and I'm just working with the cards with you online now so that I can write up the information to put out with the deck. And so in the description box below, I will have the number of the paintings in the order that they are on my website, and I will have so that you can go, you know, look. I'll have them in the order that they appear here, so that you can look into if you want to see what the paintings are. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. So to clarify the underlying energy, this card popped out. So this is about surrendering. And surrender is like when you surrender your life to your purpose. Like when you surrender, when you realize, okay, this isn't a dream too good to be true. This is actually coming from your, like it's coming from the actions that you've taken. And just, this is your divine purpose. This is what, you're part of God's universal plan, and you're right on track. This is, you know, and so that's why you're receiving all this beautiful energy right now, so that you can complete this journey and really enjoy it. You deserve it. Like this is, you know, and this card is really connected a lot to this energy of, this is my Mean Girls card. So sometimes competition can be really challenging, and it can be like an energy of always having to be on your toes. And this is kind of saying, you know, you need to be able to chill out too. So just surrender to the divine plan and do the work, and things will go in your favor. You already are highly favored. You're a star. And you are meant to shine, and you are bringing a lot of the benefit to the planet is immense. And I'm getting not just to the planet, but to the universe, to the universal plan. And so here we have, down here, denial. So what I don't know won't hurt me. So sometimes this is like a tactic sometimes of you don't know everything. I feel like this is just like, I don't know. And it will hurt you because you're stuck here and you can't move forward because you can't figure out the answer. So that's just clarifying that. Whoops, sorry. I just made the camera go wobbly here. This is just saying that this energy, you don't know, and you have to find out before you can proceed and go any further. And to try and just move forward without figuring this out would probably just mean like wasting a lot of time and energy and money, because you do need to figure it out. Okay, and in the past there could have been like a lot of, in relationships with people, drama, and you don't want the drama anymore. You want to get this job done, and you want to enjoy the process. You want to enjoy the journey. You want calm in your life. That's what's coming up. And then we have justice, and that would be justice for you. You've put the time and the energy in, and then God is sending this person to you so that you have what you need to be able to complete your journey here. You've earned it. You deserve it. And look at, this is Libra energy. This is talking about marriage. So this is about, adults, around the age of 35 start thinking, okay, maybe we should settle down and have children, kind of that energy. And this is are you letting go of expectations of how that should look, and instead anticipating the journey, being mature, being able to make mature decisions, as you go. And then that brings in an energetic upgrade. So this is talking about, being on point. That's the words I'm getting, being on point. And this is like the 111 or 1111 portal of when you, it's a portal that shows up through synchronicity. And once you're kind of gone through this portal, it's like you start noticing 1111 and 111 everywhere you go, like on the clock, on license plates, on addresses, etc. And that is an energy of saying, like, stay focused on the goal. What are you thinking right now? What is your thought right now? You might want to write that down, because it might be an inspiration coming to you. And check yourself if you're having negative thoughts, because you're really manifesting. Sometimes when we feel stuck like this, we feel like, oh, like I'm never going to manifest this. But that's part of the process. And it's saying, write your thoughts down and that might be the answer. And also, if you have in that energy, oh, this is never going to happen, snap out of it. Because you're manifesting right now, and you don't want to be manifesting what you don't want. You want to be manifesting what you do want. And then you can move forward and in a way where you're anticipating the journey instead of having expectations of when it should have happened, how it should have happened, who it should have happened with. Just anticipate the journey. You're on your journey, you're in your heart. And I feel this is representing like the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind in sync with your heart's desires. It's really awesome energy. And then we have the Empress. Yeah. And that's just confirming what I said. I feel like this is very much the Empress energy. Like, she's not an Empress now, she's your Empress. And she's at that elevated position where some people would, maybe she doesn't have the official title, but people consider her, kind of reminds me of, Lady Di, for some reason, is popping up. And it's kind of like the energy of, she wasn't really, the queen, but in the public's eye, she was the queen. She was the Queen of Hearts. I don't know why her energy is coming in here just out of the blue here, but it is. So hi, Princess Di. Lots of love to you. and the sun. So the sun energy is, coming in again. So it's here and it's here. Ace of Swords, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. This is divinely ordered. Really awesome energy. The Hierophant's coming in again underneath the Hierophant. That's so cool. So this is saying, yeah, the traditional structure, it's here. Everything. And like all of these, one thing I'm pointing out here is my cards that are on horizontal are the kind of like the medicine, the, what needs to change, how to change it, or what the different obstacles are coming in as. And the vertical cards are the energy of like the major arcana in my oracle. And so all the vertical cards are showing how strong things are. And look at this, like to face the obstacles, how strong it is. And it's right on here. 1 + 1 = infinity. There we go. Just like magic. And then we're going into this perfect order. I was picking that up here and here. Just knowing sometimes if you do things out of order, then they don't manifest in the same way as if, you launch things and okay, I'm going to do this first, complete that step, then I'll do this, complete that step, then this, and you have it planned out. And then you let go of expectations and allow whatever happens to happen, and you're willing to change that. If one of these wands actually needs to launch now before the other or after the other, that your intuition will tell you that, and you'll focus on that. Knowing what to focus on when is the energy that's coming up. And that's the Virgo energy. Virgo energy is very clean, and it's clear communication. And I feel like that's really important. Like it's important in any relationship, but in this relationship, that it's on both a spiritual, like on an intuitive and a logical level. And this energy we just had a Mercury retrograde that we came out of at the end of November. And so the communication is way more clear right now. And the technology is working really well right now. Like it's kind of, people are way more clear than they were like even a week ago. And so this is about analytical critique, being able to like step back and look at what you've done, observe, okay, what was the result, and very, go inward, do the, if it's in the 3D and you need to test it or whatever it is, just taking those results and then making those results better, working on making it better one step at a time. And so that energy, and it's also about how Virgo energy likes it clean, like I said. And so when it's not, they can really get into anal criticism. And in particular, they can criticize themselves. And that's that self-talk, to be in a position not to be always, criticizing yourself and criticizing the results. And I should have done this. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Just keep going. Keep on doing the best you can in the moment. If you do small tasks with excellence, then when it comes time to needing to do something with excellence, you have practice at it. That's kind of the energy. And this is also, sometimes that requires letting go of your pride, because you're going to make mistakes in this energy. There's no doubt you're going to make mistakes, because people that, don't make mistakes don't push themselves to these kinds of limits. It's like really thinking outside the box to the point where there is no box. Like it's just, there's no box, just like really out there kind of energy, like really innovative energy. And then we have the Hangman. And where is the Hangman? Right here. So yeah, that balance again. So I feel like this relationship, a lot of times I'm just getting this energy where it's been like, if you were in a relationship and you're kind of like, you're working on these things, and sometimes you have to work these really long hours and you get really into it, and then there's a bunch of drama because you aren't doing this and you aren't doing that, and that kind of energy. And this is more like you don't have that here, because the other person that you're with now, they are also very independent, and they're glad you didn't phone and bother them because they were in the middle of something and they just got a really good idea and they want to work on it. That kind of energy. And then you can you know, like it's not like, oh, you haven't called me in 3 days. Oh, really? I haven't even noticed. I haven't, you know, I haven't eaten in 3 days. I've been busy working on something. That kind of energy. What? 3 days went by? I'm getting I don't know, for some reason 1 + 2 is 3 and 3 when I said that. So that's that kind of energy. It's not like meaning to be disrespectful to each other or anything. It's just like being that into what you're doing. And so disruption, what's fun for some is not fun for everyone, that's for sure. That is not, a lot of people don't like living like that. A lot of people don't want to put that kind of time and energy into projects, and they would rather do something, you know, that's a little more safe. And they're happier if they're here. But like both these people want the crowning glory. They're in it because they love to learn and think outside the box and move forward. So it's really good energy. Perception. And that's, you know, yeah, that's what it is. Like the grass is greener because on the other side because it's fake. This and that, that's this energy right here. It has to be this or it has to be that. You can have green grass that's not fake. It just means you have to put the work into it. Do you want to put the work into making green grass? Probably not these people. They're probably busy doing other stuff, you know? So like, and it's about your perception. So that's, I think, the biggest change in this energy is both of these people are invested in having, if they're going to have a relationship, that it being perfect, like a, you know, the purr of a cat. It's going to raise their vibration higher rather than causing them to more stress. Like they just want calm. And then we have intent. Yeah. So sometimes, you know, we get into situations and in relationships and the intention is good, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And our changes, or our needs change over the years and with our life experience. And we're not the same people. Like this, this Page of Wands energy, that's how the king was when he was young. Like, and this page reminds him of that. And this could even be like an energy of someone youthful around them that really inspires him, because it's like, oh, that's how I used to be, you know? But I wouldn't want to be that way now. And I feel like the sun, it's God. Like, it's clarifying itself. Like this is coming as a gift from God. It's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. And that's the energy, and you deserve it. And like this is saying, I feel like this is saying, this is what God wants for everybody, you know, is to be the best version of themselves. That doesn't mean that everybody wants to be innovative and, you know, take these risks and stuff, but these people are matched to do that. And that's why it's a divine relationship. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I have really enjoyed it. Like and comment if you have, and subscribe if you resonate. I really would, or consider it. I would really be honored if you did. And tomorrow I will have another reading for you. Bye for now. Sorry, Sal, I have to wake you up. I'm sorry, I have to wake you up.